Rolex is, without a doubt, the most well-known watch company in the world when it comes to high-end timepieces. The demand for Rolex watches is so high that nearly all of the brand's models are sold out at merchants worldwide, and this applies to essentially every single Rolex watch ever produced. Now, the need for brand new Rolex watches is not the only factor contributing to the overall high demand among collectors. And there are a lot of Rolex models that have been discontinued, and vintage versions of such models are very popular. They commonly change hands on the pre-owned markets for values that are noticeably higher than their initial suggested retail prices for the brand new versions of the products. So, because of this, not all Rolex watches are regarded as having the same quality, and certainly some of the brand's models are more popular than others. Hey there, I'm Megan, and welcome to the Content Promoter. Today, we're gonna take a look at the world's best Rolexes for guys. Now, before we begin, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. And let's begin. Number 10. The Rolex Cosmograph Daytona. The Cosmograph Daytona is capable of calculating average speed as well as measuring elapsed time. It is also tailor-made for the specific requirements of race car drivers everywhere. Daytona, Florida was chosen as the inspiration for the name because of its prominence in the early 20th century racing scene. Now, Rolex first introduced their mechanical wristwatch in 1963 and has since updated it twice. And in 1988, a sequel series debuted, and in 2000, the third installment hit the shelves. By the third generation of the Cosmograph Daytona, Rolex had developed the ability to produce its own movements in-house. Also, Paul Newman's professional racing career helped popularize the chronograph after his wife gave him one as a gift. Number 9. The Rolex Milgauss. The Rolex Milgauss was first made available to the public in 1956. Now, Rolex made these watches since there was a growing demand from researchers dealing with electromagnetic fields. The scientists at the European Organization for Nuclear Research in Geneva, Switzerland, have adopted the watch as their go-to timepiece because of its resistance to magnetic forces of up to 1,000 Gausses. Now, this Rolex is built in a shield constructed of ferromagnetic alloys, which deflect magnetic interference inside the case to make the watch more resistant. The name Milgauss comes from the French word mille, meaning thousand, and gauss, meaning unit of a magnetic field. Now, it may be one of the older Rolex models, but that doesn't make it any less of a superb timepiece, since it features both classic good looks and helpful functions. Number 8. The Rolex Day-Date. In 1956, Rolex debuted their self-winding chronometer wristwatch, the Day-Date. And given that it was the first wristwatch to show the whole date and day, Day-Date is a fitting name. The watch is available in 2 sizes and is one of the few Rolex models to be crafted only from 18-karat gold, white gold, platinum, or ever rose gold. Another thing about this iconic watch is that it's actually worn by world leaders, business moguls, A-listers, athletes, and visionaries all across the globe. Number 7. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual. The Oyster Perpetual is Rolex's most basic watch and arguably the clearest representation of the company's values. The Perpetual is a direct descendant of the first Rolex model, which was introduced in 1926 and is widely credited as the first waterproof timepiece in the world. The dials of these watches can be selected from a wide range of hues, including blue, black, red grape, dark rhodium, and the ever-popular white. Now, the Oyster Perpetual is an excellent choice if you value simplicity over the extra features of many modern luxury watches. Number 6. The Rolex Yacht-Master. In 1992, Rolex debuted the Yacht-Master, It is a sports watch that drew inspiration from the brand's lengthy history, with sailing dating back to the 1950s. Now, Rolex introduced their revolutionary new material, Rolicium, a combination of steel and platinum through this watch. The Yacht-Master is also water resistant, and is guaranteed to a depth of 100 meters regardless of case size. It was also the first Rolex model to include a rubber strap, manufactured by Rolex, and is the only Oyster professional model available in 3 different sizes. The Rolex Yacht-Master is the ideal luxury wristwatch for those who enjoy spending time on the open water. Number 5. The Rolex Sea-Dweller. Rolex ranks the Sea-Dweller as the 6th best manned watch overall. It was designed with experienced divers and can go as deep as 1,220 meters or 4,000 feet. Now, for its debut in 1967, the Sea-Dweller boasted a 610-meter depth rating for its underwater explorations. And in order to keep the watch watertight during the decompression process, it is equipped with a gas escape valve that releases any helium that may have become trapped inside. The modern Sea-Dweller comes in steel, or steel and yellow gold, and has Rolex unique ring lock technology, which guarantees the highest level of pressure resistance. Now, this watch is widely regarded as the best diver's watch available. Number 4. The Rolex Datejust. This watch was unveiled alongside the new Jubilee Band to commemorate Rolex's 40th anniversary. Now, there have been several upgrades made to the Datejust movement, design, and style options over the past few decades. And to give a few examples, the watch is available in various sizes and materials, such as steel, two-tone gold, and solid gold, among others. It's no secret that many famous people, athletes, and successful business people favor the Datejust as their go-to Rolex timepiece. Number 3. The Rolex Explorer. The Rolex Explorer's inspiration comes from the company's long history of supporting explorers on land and sea. The Explorer fuses the features of a formal and casual sports watch, and after nearly 30 years on the market, production ended in 1989 to make way for the Explorer II. Rolex put their Explorer watch through its paces on several polar, mountaineering, and caving adventures, since it was designed from the ground up for explorers. Now, Rolex could also hone the watch's performance because some of the world's most accomplished explorers, scientists, and mountaineers put it through its paces in extreme environments. And because of its straightforward style and sturdy build, the Explorer is a great option for any modern man or anyone searching for new horizons. Number 2. The Rolex GMT-Master II. Time Zone Master II watches were first introduced to the public for the first time in 1954. It was a joint effort between Rolex and Pan American Airways, and this watch is worn by pilots and navigators on the airline. Following its initial success, the timepiece became a classic among luxury watches and has stayed essentially unchanged for over 60 years, except for some tweaks to its size, band, and mechanism. Originally released with an Oyster bracelet and a 42mm dial, the watch was updated in 2018 to feature a Jubilee bracelet with a 40mm dial. Now, the Rolex GMT-Master II is the best Rolex watch for men because it is one of the most famous, recognizable, and timeless watches of all time. Number 1. The Rolex Submariner. At the Basel Watch Fair in 1954, Rolex debuted their Submariner. It was made with divers in mind from the start, and it's seen numerous revisions and improvements over the years, including new mechanisms, increased water resistance, and sleeker aesthetics. Now, the updated sports watch features the Cerachrom ceramic inlay, unidirectional rotatable bezel, solid link Oyster bracelet, and water resistance to 300 meters, as well as the Rolex calibers 3130 and 3135. Nowadays, there are a wide variety of Submariner models to pick from, and nearly every one of them is adaptable to your own needs. And a fun fact, many Rolex Submariners have made cameo appearances in several Hollywood blockbusters, including several James Bond films. These films include License to Kill, From Russia with Love, and Goldfinger. Rolexes are pretty much the world's most popular luxury watch brand, and it's also very expensive. So, which of these 10 timeless Rolexes do you wish to own? Let me know your choice in the comment section below. And before you leave, if you want to support this channel more, please consider trying our super thanks, where your comments will be highlighted, and join our membership program to support this channel more. Please do note that we're trying to improve our quality of content, and your tips and recommendations to enhance it will be highly appreciated. And that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell button to get updated on our latest videos. Again, this is Megan. Don't forget to like this video and see you next time.